Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this Microsoft Flight Simulator video. This is Q8Pilot, and today we are going to be doing a full flight aboard the Airbus A320 service from Nice to Toulouse in France. Welcome to the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently in a completely cold and dark state, so we're going to start the aircraft from its cold and dark state and then taxi to the runway. We're going to, of course, request clearance, so we're going to be using the ATC services provided by Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we will then taxi to runway 04 right for departure. The entire route today is approximately 290 nautical miles. So it should take us about 55 minutes to reach Toulouse. So without further ado, let's get over here to the batteries, and we are going to start the batteries, and then we're going to request the ground services. Right, battery 1 and battery 2. I really like the sounds, and by the way, we are using the Thrustmaster TCA side stick today in this video. Alright, so the batteries are on, external power is available, so we're going to go ahead and start the external power. ADIRs are already set to nav mode. Let's see here. Everything here looks good to me. Ground control is not operational yet. So not everything is is operational, but let's go ahead and start the fuel pumps here, and we're gonna turn on the nav lights, and yeah, everything here looks good. All right, so now the aircraft is powered, and you can see the flight plan now already loaded here. We can request some ground services, but the aircraft is already ready to go in terms of the fuel. I've set the QNH, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the MCDU. All right, so to do this, let's go over here. And all right, so everything is looking good here. We're going to go to page init. As you can see, we have Nice to Toulouse. The cost index is 33, so we're going to put 33. Okay. So we're going to request the IFR clearance now. Flaps, we're going to do flaps 1 and 0.0 up. Doesn't really matter. So we're just going to put that here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so flaps 1 and 0.0 up, and we'll stick that here. Doesn't want to do it for some reason. Okay, well, flex temperature, 56. All right, so that looks good. V1 is 113, V rotate is 119, and V2 is 123. All right, so we're going to leave this as it is here. We're going to request our clearance.
Nice ground, Air France 455 IFR to Blagnac, ready to copy. Air France 455 is cleared to Blagnac Airport as filed. Take off runway 4 right climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 120.85 squawk 3076.
All right, so squawk 3076, and we have been cleared to 7,000 feet. Initially, so this is our initial climb to 7,000, and we are now ready to...
Air France 455, please acknowledge.
Okay.
Air France 455 cleared to Blagnac Airport as filed. Take off runway 4 right climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 120.85 squawk 3076. Air France 455, read back correct. Contact ground on 118.7.
All right, 118.7. Let's go ahead and request taxi, but first we're going to come here and we're going to select the manage radio comms. So we're going to let the co-pilot manage the radios while we focus on our flight. And let's go ahead and request taxi now.
Nice ground, Air France 455 with Delta ready to taxi IFR. Air France 455 taxi to and hold short of runway 4 right using taxiway Charlie cross runway 22 right Delta cross runway 4 left Bravo Alpha. Contact tower on 121.705 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 4 right via taxiway Charlie cross runway 22 right Delta cross runway 4 left Bravo Alpha Air France 455.
All right, we're going to go ahead now and start our engines. So let's come over here, start the APU, and we're going to turn the APU master and start the APU. And as soon as we have the APU, we'll turn on the bleed, turn off external power, and we'll be on our way. So we're just going to have to wait until, there we go. And the APU bleed is now on, and we can turn off the external power. All right, and we can turn on the signs on. Oh, that's the strobe. The signs are here, and I don't think we can do anything with them, or the emergency light. Okay, so yeah, everything looks good now. Let's go ahead and start our engines. So we're going to come here to the engine mode selector and push it to start. And then we're going to start the engine number 2 first. Right, engine number 2 is now starting. And you can see here the engine number 2 spooling. You can also notice the heat flare out of the engine. Very, very detailed model. Very nice indeed. You can even see the pilot and co-pilot there. All right. Let's head back here and take a look. All right, we're good. Let's go ahead and start the engine number 1. And engine number 1 is now starting. This is the VFR map, so we can actually make this a little bigger. And this is the departure runway here, so we're going to come down here to runway 04 right, where we will depart and we'll fly our SID, and then onto our flight route, and finally our start into Toulouse in France. We can use GPS tracking. I'm not sure what this does. There we go. All right, so let's put that there. Okay, we can remove this. We have a good start on the engine number 1. The auto brake is set to max. We're going to come over here and arm the speed brake, and we're going to set flaps 1 for departure. And we are pretty much good to go now. We're going to turn on the taxi lights, runway turn-off lights, and the wing lights. And we no longer need the APU, so we're going to turn off the APU bleed and APU master. We're going to come back here, set the engine mode selector to normal, and we are now pretty much ready to go. So let's release the parking brake and head over to the runway. So parking brake is released, and we are good to go. Give it a little bit of power here. Take some thrust there to get the aircraft moving. You can notice the wing flex here. And probably a better view here to see the wing flex effect. All right, we are continuing our taxi. Now, you will notice that there are some things that are not exactly correct. So I'm not sure how this taxiway is done here. So not a very accurate taxiway, maybe. But overall, just all the airports, if you go to any airport in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you will see some buildings that are they're not necessarily representative of what happens in real life or how the airport actually looks in real life, but they're definitely representative of what you would see in an airport, especially with the ground services here, as you can see, all the aircraft vehicles. I've, by the way, set everything in terms of airport life to about 50%. I think it's a good trade-off between visual quality and performance. This Airbus itself, I think, looks very, very good in terms of, the 3D modeling and the texturing. Definitely one of the best in a flight sim in terms of visually how it looks. I think the flight factor looks probably a little better than this in terms of the cockpit textures, so they're a bit off. But overall, I think it looks very, very good. What a beautiful view. All right, we're coming up to the hold short point for runway 04 right. All right, here we go. Let's make our turn. This is 04 left, so we're going to cross over to 04 right. All right, we are in close proximity now to runway 04 right, which is the departure runway. So momentarily, we're going to bring the aircraft to a stop here at the hold short point and request clearance for takeoff from the control tower. Right, here we go. And this is the turn. Yeah, you can see those. The position of these lights is definitely off. Right, here we go. Alright, let's set the parking brake.
Nice tower airfrance 455 at runway 4 right, ready for takeoff IFR to Black Knack. Airfrance 455 cleared for takeoff runway 4 right. Cleared for takeoff runway 4 right, airfrance 455.
Alright, Air France 455 is cleared for takeoff, runway 04 right. So let's give it some power here. Alright, we're lining up now, runway 04 right. And we are, ladies and gentlemen, cleared for takeoff. Right, here we go. We're ready to go. Stable. Knots is checked. P1 rotate. We're a bit late there. And positive rate of climb. Gears going up.
Airfrance 455, contact Marseille Center on 120.85.
Right, let's set
going to
climb thrust.
120.85, Airfrance 455.
Okay, climb thrust is set.
Marseille Center Airfrance 455 is climbing through 2,200 feet for 7,000 feet.
Gonna watch our speed there.
Airfrance 455 Marseille Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.83.
All right, and at this point we can retract the flaps. Flaps are going up. And we can engage the autopilot. Yeah, it definitely does all sort of, you know, strange things. So let me go to manage speed, and I'm going to take it to about 250. All right, we've been cleared for 14,000.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet, Air France 455.
Right, here we go. We climb again to 14,000. And as you can see, we continue to climb. We're reaching now 10,000 feet. And we can set the, let's see here, let's set the barrel reference to standard. And we can now climb to higher speed, so engage manage speed mode. We can engage that, and we're going to continue to 14,000 feet. And hopefully manage speed would work as it should now. Definitely the, you know, the managed speed and the auto throttle and all that good stuff is not very well polished in the Airbus. Let's see if we can add some lights here. Yeah, we definitely can. So let's just leave those lights. Just look at the clouds there. You can see there are a couple of layers of clouds. Yeah, it looks just really fantastic. All right, we're closing in. Yeah, 22,000 now. So far, once we've once we've climbed above 10,000 feet, I think the managed speed is working reasonably okay. Just absolutely brilliant.
Air France 455 climb and maintain flight level 280.
All right, flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, Air France 455.
All right, we're going to climb now to 280 as instructed by ATC. All right, so that's 38,000. We are at our cruise altitude now. We've leveled off and everything is looking pretty good. All right, so if we head over to the MCDU now that we are at our cruise altitude, and we go to performance, so we are in cruise. If we go to the next phase, descend and approach. All right, so we can grab some of this information here for our approach into Toulouse from the flight sim brief plan. And there we go, right here. We can leave that right there. So this is the destination. The QNH and destination is 1007. So we can come here and put in 1007. The temperature is at Toulouse is currently 24 Celsius. And we can put the wind and speed, which is 140, 14 knots. 140 and 14 knots. And flaps full. VAP is 147. Okay, so we are pretty much ready for approach whenever we are clear to descent by ATC. In the meantime, you guys can enjoy the flight. Let's take a look at the external view here. Yeah, these, as you can see here, the depiction of cloud is simply outstanding. Very, very realistic. I really like the the weather system in Microsoft Flight Simulator is absolutely outstanding. Very, very nice.
Descend and maintain flight level 300, Air France 455.
All right, so we finally received our clearance to descend to 330, or sorry, 300. The aircraft doesn't seem to be descending. There we go, finally. Another thing you'll appreciate in Microsoft Flight Simulator is the shadows. As you can see, there are no jagged lines there, very crisp and nice shadows, which again increases the level of immersion and realism in the sim. Alright, we are at 18,000 feet. That's what we've been cleared to by ATC. And if we look here at...
Air France 455, contact Bordeaux Center on 125.375.
If we look at the flight plan, I think we're looking okay now.
125.375 for Air France 455.
Alright, we are approaching 10,000 feet, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and turn on... Ooh, the anti-ice equipment's still on. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the landing light. And runway turn-off light. Wing. And nose to takeoff right there. Alright, so all the lights are on. We are at 10,000 feet now. And we should actually decelerate to 250. But we're going to just let the aircraft do its thing for now. Welcome back, guys. We are now on final, and the approach phase has been activated. As you can see, the aircraft is now decelerating. We are still at 8,000 feet, and we're going to start extending flaps momentarily here. So again, no ATC instructions for speed adjustments. And just right below this green dot, we are going to extend flaps 1. Right, let's go here and extend flaps 1. Alright folks, we've been cleared to 3,000 feet, and I have now engaged the approach button. Now some things are off, so the aircraft did some really strange things, but we are looking okay now, at least from my perspective. I think things are looking okay. Let's take a look here. The final approach speed is 142. Alright, let's go back to the flight plan. Alright, and we're going to extend flaps. Right, flaps 2. And that's the runway right ahead of us now. Alright, and we're going to select gear down, so I'm going to switch to
Tower on 118.1 Air France 455.
Right, gear is going down.
Flag NAC Tower Air France 455, 12 miles northwest inbound ILS runway 14 right approach.
Alright, and we're going to extend
Cleared
flaps
ILS runway 14 right approach Air France 455.
on the speed brake. And we are looking good now on the approach. Right, let's do a quick check here. All our lights are on. Passenger and fasten seatbelt signs and non-smoking signs are on. The flaps are full. Gear is down, and the speed brake is armed. We are ready to land. Let me adjust my field of view here. That's about right. Right there. That looks good. And we are cleared now for landing.
Airfront 455, cleared to land runway 14 right. Cleared to land runway 14 right, Airfront 455.
And we have received our landing clearance now. And we're almost there. All right, at this point, we are going to disengage the autopilot and my aircraft. A little bit of winds there, gusty winds.
$500.
500 feet, looking good.
400. 300. 200. 100.
100, there we go.
60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
All right, that was a pretty hard landing, I must say. Right, reverse thrust. Well, we made it safely here at Toulouse. Right, manual braking. We should have done that at about 80 knots. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toulouse in France. This was a pretty good flight considering, you know, the first time really flying the Airbus
exit runway when able.
in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm using also the Thrustmaster TCA side stick in this
Airfront 455,
in this video.
on 121.9.
All right, I think we can park the aircraft right here at the next gate here. That should work. Right, there we go. Aircraft has come to a complete stop. Parking brake is set. And we're going to turn on the APU bleed. And we're going to turn off the engines. Engine 2 and engine 1. And we are now on APU power. We can turn off the beacon light. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the conclusion of our video today. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. It was a very thrilling and enjoyable flight, the very first full flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. If you have any questions, please do post them in the comments section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.